YouTube, Flock fam, Flockavelli, what's going on? It's your boy Jay Covers, and I'm coming at y'all with a little list that I compiled. I gathered a few Ravens that I think have the ability and the opportunity to take that next step next year, and you never know, we might have a couple all-pro players, future Pro Bowlers, just laying on the roster, a couple diamonds in the rough. These are just some guys I thought of. But before we even get into that, I just want to thank y'all because in the 6 videos, I believe 6 or 7 videos that I've dropped, each video has continuously gotten more views than the last. And I just want to say shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for liking the videos, commenting on the videos, even just viewing the videos. Just means a lot to me. And we only gonna keep growing from here. We about 25 subs away, I believe, from 100 subs. So let's try to get to 100 subs, man. Leave a like, leave a comment if you enjoyed. And yeah, I'm gonna get into this video. So I have 6 guys that I just thought of off the top of my head. The first 3 are gonna be guys that should be Pro Bowlers. Like when we drafted them to be good players. So I got 2 offensive guys, 4 defensive guys, so a total of 6 players. And the first 3 are guys that were drafted in the first round. So comment down below real quick, see if you can guess the first 3 guys that I'm about to bring up. So name number 1, we got Rashad Bateman. So of course Rashad Bateman, we know, year 3, wide receiver, taken in the first round. A position that we have not hit on ever in the history of the Ravens in the first round. Marquise Hollywood Brown's our best first round wide receiver taken in Ravens history. I don't even think he's the best wide receiver taken in Ravens history. I think that title still goes to Torrey Smith. But with Bateman, we're heading into year 3 now, and it's put up or shut up time now. Of course, all the controversies over the offseason with who's to blame. Is it the wide receiver room? Is it the coaching? Is it the strength and conditioning coach? Because Bateman hasn't been able to stay on the field. He's yet to complete a full NFL season after being relatively healthy in college. I believe he only got hurt 1 time in his entire tenure in Minnesota, and now he's been hurt twice in the NFL. So with Rashad Bateman, he's gonna have the opportunity. You can't say he didn't have the opportunity. He's gonna be the X receiver, the alpha receiver, unless we get an Odell Beckham, unless we draft another rookie that just comes in and just says, yo, I'm better than you, Bateman, straight up, or off the rip, I'm better than you. But I believe with 3 years of NFL experience, 2 years going into 3 years of NFL experience, Bateman has all the tools needed for success. We have Todd Monken now calling the shots at offensive coordinator. So hopefully Monken's able to unlock Bateman. You know, he was the offensive coordinator for Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry back when he was in Cleveland. He was the offensive coordinator for Mike Evans, Chris Godwin back in Tampa Bay. So hopefully we can see similar success that those guys had under Monken. Hopefully we can see that with Rashad Bateman. Now, of course, this is all contingent on who's going to be throwing Bateman the football. I believe Lamar Jackson will be the quarterback for the Ravens for at least next year. I don't think he sits out. I don't think he gets traded, but you never know. You never know. The draft is crazy. So who knows? The Ravens might surprise us all in the draft. A team might, owner might say, you know what? I'm going to throw that bag at Lamar. I'm going to throw all the guaranteed money I want to at Lamar. And no other owner in the NFL is going to tell me not to because I'm an owner. I do what I want. You feel me? But as far as it's concerned right now, I'm on that John Harbaugh wave. My focus is Lamar Jackson as our quarterback. So I ain't worried about none of that. I don't want to have to think about a rookie quarterback starting for us. I don't want to think about a Tyler Huntley. I don't want to think about any of that. I'm thinking about New Era 8. So with Lamar throwing to Rashad Bateman under Todd Monken, just open up the entire offense. I think there can be great success. Great success. So we're going to move on to number 2. We're going to switch to the other side of the ball. So we're going to go to defense. And this is the first round pick from last year's draft. Yes, sir, Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton at safety, of course, already came into the league. Came in beginning of the year, and, it was a little shaky, but towards the middle and definitely towards the end of the year, picked it up. Was honestly one of the best safeties in football last year. Was one of the best safeties in football already, and his role is only going to expand. We got Chuck Clark, traded him away to the Jets, so that spot is open. Kyle's going to be able to patrol the back of the defense with Marcus Williams. They're probably going to move him around a lot because he's just a unicorn. He's just a special player at his size and speed and intelligence. You can move him around. He could be in the box with Roquan Smith and Patrick Queen. He could be in the slot if Brandon Stevens is struggling. Brandon Stevens is not on this list, by the way. I like Brandon Stevens. I like my boy B. Stevens, but nah. Damn. Just threw a shot at Brandon Stevens for no reason. Shout out to Brandon Stevens, man. You're doing your best, man. I know they moving you around all crazy right here. But back to Kyle Hamilton, man. Back to Kyle. So, yeah. No Chuck Clark. Kyle and Marcus Williams with the defense that was already elite last year when Roquan Smith came in. Now they get a full offseason regimen to mesh, to gel together. They get a full regular season to mesh and gel together. Hey, man, the sky is the limit for this kid, for Kyle Hamilton. I don't see why he can't be a Pro Bowler, All-Pro in his second year. I'm trying to think of some top AFC safeties. Of course, Jesse Bates went down to Atlanta. I always try to do this on the spot, think of guys, and then it's like I think of it division by division, so it comes slower. I'm thinking of Javon Holland in Miami, Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde in Buffalo. Who the Jets got at safety? I know their secondary is pretty sturdy. But honestly, out of all them guys, I feel like Kyle Hamilton, he just has the chance to make the most plays, especially if our offense is struggling and the defense is out there a lot more. He's just going to have the opportunity to make a lot of plays. So that's my number 2 guy who I feel like could be a future Pro Bowler. And number 3, we're going to swing back over to offense. This is our last offensive player. And I was deciding between 2 guys that I wanted to put on this list, but unfortunately he didn't make it onto the list. Honorable mention, Isaiah Likely. He's not on the list though. Think he could have a big year. But the guy that I wanted to bring up is Ben Cleveland, man. Remember Ben Cleveland, man? Remember all the hype about Big Country, man? When we drafted that boy, I'll never forget. His intangibles was crazy. He's a monster. He's built like a monster. He's big, but he's in shape. Like, he's not big and sloppy. He's big and, like, just built, busky. Like he can move. But you can't judge a book by its cover because even though he was built looking like he could move, he couldn't move. He ended up in John Harbaugh's doghouse, couldn't stay in shape, failed multiple physicals, leading into training camp. So Ben Cleveland never really... And then when he was out there, he just didn't look like he was NFL speed. So it's like, that's why I say the NFL and college, 2 completely different games, 2 completely different speeds. You might look like you built for it, but you never know till you out there. And then the guys who you wouldn't even expect to be built for it, they out there going crazy. Darren Sproles, you know what I'm saying? Just guys like that. But Ben Cleveland, I think in year 3, anything's still possible. Last year, if you would have told me Ben Powers would have been our starting left guard and he would have went out this year and got paid for good work, like he would have got a bag, I would have been so surprised because I didn't expect that out of Ben Powers. Last year, I thought Ben Cleveland was going to win the job. Then they said Powers won it. I was just like, dang, it must have been a mid-off. It must have been a battle of 2 mid-left guards. But Ben Powers came out and he surprised a lot of Ravens fans. He played very well, and he earned that contract that he got from Denver. So shout out to Ben Powers. So I feel like Ben Cleveland sitting back for a year, learning under him, learning under Kevin Zeitler. There's so many good offensive line gurus here in Baltimore. Ronnie Stanley, Morgan Moses. Could even learn from Tyler Linderbaum. Tyler Linderbaum, one of the best top centers last year. So Ben Cleveland, he has no excuses, honestly. He's had great mentors at the position. He's had time to be able to get his body in the NFL shape. He's had time to get his mind in the NFL shape. Ain't no more excuses, man. Year 3, ain't no more excuses for Ben Cleveland. And that's going to relay us into our next player who's also in year 3. Also a first-round pick. I actually went out of order, forgot. But Odafe Oweh. Daffy, that's my guy, man. Another guy, freak of nature, 6'5", 250, I don't even know how much he weighed, 220, I don't even know. But he's a freak of nature. Fast, athletic, strong. Just hasn't put it together. Just it's looking like the Daffy from college where he had 0 sacks his last year in college, but he was almost there. He was almost getting there in college, and he's almost getting there in the NFL. But it just hasn't been put all together yet. But now, no Justin Houston as of now. No Jason Pierre-Paul as of now. The edge rusher room. Oh, excuse me. Whoa. Whoa. But I think I'm getting a little sick, to be honest. Go outside and get some sun after this. But the edge rusher room as of now, Odafe Oweh, David Ojabo, Dalen Hayes, I believe. Is he still on the roster? I don't know. But ample opportunity. I don't see the Ravens drafting an edge rusher we don't even have a second round pick with our first or third round picks. If we get more picks, if we acquire more picks, maybe. But as of now, they're looking at Odafe like, yo, you're our guy. We drafted you in the first round. We traded someone who could have been a premier right tackle for us in Orlando Brown, even though I know he didn't want to play right tackle, but if we would have gave him a bag enough, he would have came and played right tackle. So we traded away a starting caliber offensive lineman, which is hard to find in today's NFL. Thank God we found Morgan Moses, but he's getting up there in age now. So we traded away a nice young player for you to come in with all this potential and not tap into it yet. We need to see something, Daffy. We need to see something. I know last year, what was he struggling with? Was it footwork? I think it was footwork last year, and now I saw the little Instagram video he did in the offseason. He working on his hands, I see. You got to just put it all together, man. Last year was footwork, this year's hands. Let's put it all together, and let's swim move, you know what I'm saying? Let's put it all together this year, Daffy. So our next player, we got another defensive lineman, Justin Madubuike. So like I was saying, no Justin Houston, no Calais Campbell, Justin Madubuike. There's so many guys I could have put on this list too. I'm thinking of Travis Jones. I'm thinking of Broderick Washington. But I put Justin Madubuike on here. So many honorable mentions. So many young gunners in Baltimore that's able to come out. That's why I hate that we talk about Lamar all offseason, because there's so much young talent in Baltimore that's ready to flourish. But all we can talk about is Lamar, because that's what brings in the bucks for the media. But me getting off topic for the 1,000th time. Justin Madubuike. The room is open, man. The room is open. He's the best in the room right now. And I think he was the best in the room low-key last year. But Calais Campbell, you got to give OG the rec. Like, you feel me? You can't let OG sit the bench unless he really wants to sit the pine and let the young gunners flourish. But we were still Super Bowl chasing at that point. So I don't think OG wanted to just sit the pine and let the young gunners rock. But this year, man, is Madubuike in year 3 too? He's same draft class as Odafe? Or is he year 4? He's either year 3 or 4. But it's time. It's almost time to get paid. So let's go out there. Let's have us a good season, Madubuike. Let's go out and have us, I don't expect anything over 8 sacks. Anything over 8 sacks would be crazy to me. But you feel me? Just plug up that middle. Great run stopper, gets to the quarterback when we can. Situational ball, 3rd, 4th downs. Let's make an impact. Let's get there. Let's get to the quarterback. Let's interrupt what he got going on. Let's interrupt his reads. And yeah, let's ball, Madubuike. So the last player I got, number 6, another guy in the secondary. My guy, man. I had to throw my guy on this list. Geno Stone, man. Geno Stone is Anthony Averett version 3, because or no, sorry, not Anthony Averett, Anthony Levine, Virgin 3. Because you got Anthony Levine, late round guy, special teamer guy, came in, could play safety, but he came in as a special teamer, dogging it out, late round draft pick. Then you got Chuck Clark, followed that same pathway, late round pick, 6th round pick, came up through special teams, dogged it out, carved himself a nice starting role, starting safety. One of the smartest safeties in the league, I believe. He just doesn't have the physicals, the speed to really be dominant, but he's a very intelligent player. Geno Stone, I believe, is cut from that same cloth. Late round guy, special teamer at first, proved that he could be a great special teamer, worked his way up, and when he got the opportunity, he shined at safety, to be honest. When there was no Chuck Clark, when the Ravens were injured in the secondary, Geno Stone was out there and he made an impact. I'll never forget my first Ravens game I ever went to, at the end of 2022. Or no, excuse me, the end of 2021 against the Steelers, Big Ben's last game. Geno Stone was the last man to pick off Ben Roethlisberger, so that's my guy, man. Man. But yeah, I think just with no Chuck Clark, you got Marcus Williams, Kyle Hamilton, and then that third guy, last year it was Kyle Hamilton. He was the third guy. It was Marcus Williams, Chuck Clark, then Kyle. This year, Marcus Williams, Kyle, then Geno. Who else is there? Brandon Stevens could see a little bit of that role. Who knows what the Ravens are going to do with him? Is he going to play in the slides? Is he going to play safety? Is he going to play on the outside? I don't even know what they're doing with Brandon Stevens. They don't even know. He might go back to running back. But, yeah, Geno Stone, I don't think they'll draft another safety. If anything, they'll draft a corner. So, Geno, he's in prime position to see the field a lot. Especially if Patrick Queen gets traded and then they throw Kyle in the box, Geno's up top. I don't know, man. Could have also threw Patrick Queen on this list. Like, there was so many guys, there's so many Ravens with potential. Let me go through a quick little honorable mention list, actually. Starting with offense, J.K. Dobbins could have been on the list. Devin Duvernay could have been on the list. Isaiah Likely could have been on the list. Already spoke with him. Daniel Falele could have been on the list, my boy. Defense, Broderick Washington, Travis Jones, Patrick Queen could have been on this list. David Ajabo could have been on this list. I even like Dalen Hayes. He hasn't got a shot, but I just feel like these are late round guys that we're talking about in Dalen Hayes. Justin Badabike, not so much, in Geno Stone. So they need a couple of years to get acclimated to the NFL before you really start to see numbers. Even with Adafe away, because it wasn't a secret. He was very raw coming into the league. So Dalen Hayes, hey man, if we don't draft any edge rushers, you're going to be out there. So let's see if you can make an impact. Brandon Stevens, hey man, you're going to be out there. Let's see if you can make an impact. It's been a little shaky to start, but you're going to be out there. You in year 3. It's time to put up or shut up with him as well. Any other corners? Yeah, we don't got too many young corners. Oh. What is his name? Jalen Armour Davis. That boy was hurt all year last year. Let's get right, Jalen. Let's get right. Let's have us a good season. Let's have us a good bounce back sophomore year. Same thing with Pepe Williams. He was a little shaky, but I like his energy. I like the swagger he brings to the game. So Pepe, you feel me? Honorable mention. I think these are all young guys that I just personally like. So I want to see them do well, but I also think they have the tools to be able to do well. Pepe Williams might be that next special teamer that come up for real, if we're being honest. And then any safeties, Ardarius Washington, maybe. Jordan Stout, come be a Pro Bowler, Jordan. They said, yo, why we take a punter in a draft? It was another boy that, wasn't there a punter that went later that was better than Jordan Stout statistically? Or he might have been even undrafted. But either way, they're saying, we could have did that. We could have took Tariq Woolen. We could have took da. I know, man. I know. But Jordan Stout proved the naysayers wrong. Proved the doubters wrong, man. You got to do it. Because that's going to be the story of your whole career now. Any punter that gets taken that high in the draft, they're going to have question marks about was that a good pick or not. But I just want to thank y'all once more again for supporting these videos, man. It only motivates me to keep going. And let me know who y'all think is going to be a future Pro Bowler out of all these guys that I listed. List 2 or 3 that you think will be future Pro Bowlers. And make sure y'all have a good day. Stay blessed, and I'm out.